Today I'm going to show you guys how to build a DIY hot water suit and go over how commercial diving hot water systems work, allowing us to dive in water so cold it would typically kill a human in just 15 minutes. Looking at our winter rigs, you can see there's a member in the umbilical that's basically just a garden hose. This is our hot water line, and if we follow it all the way to the end where the helmet is, you can see there's just a dead end there. This is fed by a stainless steel well pump. We hang the pump over the side of the boat or barge we're working on, and it sends water over to our diesel combustion hot water machine that fills up a small peanut volume tank, and then from there it's sent over to the diver. Sometimes you can just take this water hose and stuff it down inside your wetsuit, and that'll fill up your wetsuit with hot water and you're basically fine. But when we have a job welding underwater in sub-zero temperatures, that's not going to work, because without hot water flowing to our hands, we'll lose manual dexterity in our fingers in just a few minutes of being immersed in that ice cold water. And instead of spending $2,000 on a hot water suit, I'll show you how to make one for 50 bucks. Alright, here's all the different parts you'll need. We can go over each piece real quick before we put it together. Mini 1/4-inch ball valve, or you can use this other style of mini ball valve. 1/4-inch female thread 3-way, and then this adapter that goes from 1/4-inch pipe to 1/4-inch hose nipple, plastic 1/4-inch T-connector, pneumatic quick connect with male thread, the male side of the quick connect with female threads, a short piece of threaded pipe that fits on the male side of the quick disconnect, and about 15 feet of vinyl tubing. First thing we want to do is get our female side of the quick disconnect and grab it in some pliers, but make sure you don't grab the threaded area. Then take a wrench and we're going to screw this piece apart. There's a little non-return valve in here that we need to remove so that we can increase flow, because we only need the quick disconnect function, not the non-return function. Once you open it up, you can see the little non-return flap here on the right, but make sure that you don't lose the little metal balls. You simply just pluck this little non-return piece out and then set it to the side, and then make sure you don't take the spring out or anything like that. And then you can just put all the little metal balls back in their slots. Just be careful because it's pretty finicky. You'll probably drop them and it might take a few times, but just get those back in there. And then you can screw it together by hand and then tighten it back down with a wrench. Make sure it still functions properly, and then screw this into the right side of the 3-way. And then the ball valve is going to go on the left side. And remember, you can use this other style of ball valve like this, which works good too. I personally like the smaller one, and then you'll want something that looks like this. And then the nipple for the nylon tubing goes on the top. And make sure you put it on the top and not on one of the sides, and I'll explain why later. Once that's tightened down, take your nylon tubing and stretch it hand to hand as far out as you can go, making sure it goes from fingertip to fingertip, and give yourself a little extra slack. Then take your plastic T-connector and put either arm on either side of the T-connector and leave the bottom connector that's facing down open. Make sure you slide the tubing on as far up as you can, and then you want to repeat the process for your legs. Step on the hose, leave yourself some slack, and then have it go about up to your belly button. Then slide your leg tubes onto your second T-connector, just like last time, and then you want to connect the 2 leg tubes and the arm tubes with about a 2-foot piece, so one connector is in your belly button space and the other connector is in your heart space. Then cut the middle tube about 3/4 of the way up and put your third T-connector so that one connector is going off to the side, and this is where we'll have our water intake for the hot water suit. So take another 3-foot piece of the tubing and have that coming off of this last connector. Now we need to heat the tubing up in the area where it goes around the fitting. That way it's going to kind of form around that barbed area. My lighter died, so I used the exhaust from a generator. Get creative. And then wrap it real tight with electrical tape, but make sure that you don't cover the very tip of it. That way it'll be less susceptible to kinking. Once all the plastic T-connectors are taped up tight, it's time to plug in our little device that we made. So you want to slide that in there as far as you can go like last time. Heat it up to get it around the contour of the barbed fitting, and then tape it down real tight. And make sure you even get a wrap of tape over like the nut area. That way it's gonna not slide off. And that also reminds me is that you don't want to use metal connectors for all the T fittings. You have to use plastic because they'll get super hot. This part will get really hot too because it's the only metal piece. That's why you got to make sure you wrap it super tight. Now it's almost done, but I'll show you what it looks like inside a wetsuit so you have a better visualization. We got about 4 to 5 inches sticking out by the feet. Same for the hands. I'd even leave a little extra out by the hands, that way you can cut it later. And we got our fitting. That's the only thing that you'll actually see on the outside of the wetsuit. And then we have one T connector down by your belly button, and then you have another one up by your heart space, and the one in the middle here is the intake. And now this will come up and out of your wetsuit in your neck area, and then it'll wrap around the back of your neck and then drape down onto your chest. Now you take your male QD and the little piece of pipe and you slide that inside the end of the hot water hose, and then you tighten it down with a hose clamp. Now we can just easily plug right into the hot water and have the hot water flow evenly throughout our wetsuit. Now the reason that we put our dump over valve on the opposite side of the water intake is that way it can more easily flow when you need to dump it over, so you can use that valve to adjust how much flow you have without having to disconnect. I also recommend adding a few zip ties or some metal wire or some kind of way so that you can hook a carabiner onto your quick disconnect, and then that way you can just hook it right into the D-ring on your bailout harness. And make sure you put some holes throughout the tubing. I go about 3/16 size, and I put them above the knees, just above the elbow, and then 2 in the chest area.